Greetings from AthenaVision Studios, and welcome to our first episode of Parthenon Particles. I'm Lieutenant Joseph Fugate, and I'll be your host. Our guest for our first episode will be Petty Officer Joe Cepeda from the Athena's Search and Rescue Division. But first, in Star Trek news, for those of you with deep pockets, there is a chance to own some screen-used memorabilia at an exhibition called Bid Long and Prosper. Though the auction will take place on November 9th at the Infinity Festival in Los Angeles, you can bid online at juliansauctions.com right now. There are 200 pieces of rare Star Trek items, including 2 sought-after and once thought-lost original series hero props, a communicator, and phaser, each individually valued at between $100,000 and $200,000. For those of you with shallower pockets, the helm and navigation console that sat on the Enterprise bridge set, and a Deep Space Nine station filming miniature will also be available, each valued more affordably between $50,000 and $70,000. Upcoming events on the Athena's schedule include a special Trek Trivia event on Wednesday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. Central Time on Zoom. What makes this trivia event special is that we will be debuting a new format. Gone will be the Jeopardy-style game board, the tiered point system, and individuals answering on paper and dry erase boards. Instead, questions will be asked and displayed on screen, followed by a discussion of possible answers among members in attendance. Final answer will then be submitted. No more confusing scorekeeping, and no more anxiety for those who may be poor at Star Trek trivia. I welcome those who can attend to this next phase of Trek Trivia. On Saturday, October 26th at 1 p.m. Central Time, Lieutenant Phil Barnes will be hosting a Star Trek Lower Deck Season 5 viewing party at his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Lieutenant Barnes invites you to bring your favorite beverage and some food to share, and says that this time we'll do a better job of sticking to the episodes. See his post on Facebook for further details. Finally, come join us at the annual Starbase Indy fan-run convention in Indianapolis on Thanksgiving weekend. Meet other members of Starfleet Command and attend a business meeting to learn more about our mother organization, see awards handed out, and celebrate the group's 50th anniversary. Here's hoping we can hold our flagship status for another year. For details and a discount code, see Captain Peck's post on Athena's private members-only Facebook page. And without further ado, let's get to our guest, Joe Cepeda. Well, Joe, tell me about yourself.
Okay.
Where are you from, and what do you do for a living and such?
Retired military from right now living in Stockbridge, Georgia. Yep.
Okay. How'd you get into Star Trek?
When I was a kid, when I was 12 years old, I was a military dependent and traveled with my parents to Germany. And I went to the PX, and lo and behold, I saw on the Stars and Stripes newspaper stand, there was a comic book that said Star Trek. So I picked it up, and there was the Kirk and the Spock. See, that was my first exposure to Star Trek, because when we went overseas, the U.S., the Armed Forces television didn't really have a set. We're not broadcasting Star Trek. So it's mostly radio. And when they did have TV, American TV, it was only like for a few hours at best.
Okay.
And everything basically radio. So radio and comic books, and that's how I discovered Star Trek.
Well, that's a little unusual compared to how I would think other people get into it.
That's right.
So,
Just like the British got into Star Trek a little bit later because it wasn't broadcasted immediately to the United Kingdom, I understand. So that's why they came up with their own. There's almost like a cult in itself to what do you call it, British Star Trek, which I get a kick out of too, because they have their interpretation of Star Trek, that's not necessarily
okay.
like how what.
When I think of British science fiction, uh I think of Doctor Who.
Yes,
So,
yes, they have their own brand. They have to admit that. What they call in Britain, suspend your belief because this is British TV.
okay.
Yeah, yep, British TV. But yeah, but that's yep that way. And then I didn't actually see a Star Trek episode until I got back to the States. And so my first Star Trek episodes I saw began in 1969 when I finally saw it. So I
Okay.
was blown away. So I said, wow, this is cool stuff.
What was the first Star Trek film you saw in the theater?
The first one is, I would say, I remember I liked the Star Trek the motion picture. That was pretty good.
Okay.
And then
All right. So you
when
were there from the
what do you call
beginning for
it?
that.
On came up, was there for the beginning for that. Yeah. So that was well done, well handled. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're trying, put together Star Trek the motion picture. Yeah, that was pretty good. So yeah. So left impressions, but I always thought that the Raft of Khan was always better. It's more
Oh yeah, yeah.
polished because they learned from the first one. Give the fans.
Right. Okay. How did you come to the Athena?
Was invited by Kathy
Okay.
and Buddy.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, because
Was
I,
that
I met him at what do you call it? Dragon Cons. There you go.
okay. Was
And
that
there
back
used to
in
be
2019?
and yeah, and a Treklanta. Yeah, they used to go to Treklanta when Treklanta
Okay.
was in its full glory for a few years.
Right.
Yeah, so I even
Okay.
went to their wedding. Yeah.
Ah.
There for their wedding. So, yep,
All
that was
right. So you were pretty much there from the beginning.
yeah when they really got into it. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of fun times. A lot of fun times. Have to admit that. But yeah, that's when I got a chance to. In fact, I invited them down to my house once when they went to the neutral zones, and I guess they went to the neutral zone for the first time, and then I invited them to come up and see my sets when they were passing through Atlanta again.
Okay.
And they were waiting for me right there, so I showed it. So I think they got some pictures in their photo album someplace. But yeah,
All
that was
right.
pretty cool. Yeah, so they've been in my house at least once. Yeah,
These sets you use them for are just personal use to have them in your home or
for
do you
fan film, basically.
for fan
Yeah,
film? Okay.
yeah. Provide also a lot of backdrop, and we use blue screen and green screen to make up what we can't build sets for. So
Okay.
it's a nice. Yep. For storytelling, for the magic of storytelling, we have sets, the basic sets that we're using over and over again. Yeah, so we have a captain's quarters, a captain's bedroom, or should I say crew quarters, crew bedroom. We have one, two, three corridors, and then we have a science lab. I think we have the only science lab in the Star Trek fan inventory at this point in time. Yeah,
Okay.
that you can do fan films in, other than the one in Ticonderoga, which is a full fledged one. That's more museum quality. They don't let you do
Yes.
fan. Yep.
I'm glad they were able to continue using that after Viacom put a stop to uh, fan films. because they seem to be well done sets there, and they've got them laid out the way that they were on at Desilu. So
Yeah, have you been up there yourself?
no, not yet. I'm
Oh,
look
I don't know if it's
looking to.
it definitely is worth the trip, and the longer you wait, the more sets you'll see. I
Okay.
understand in Ticonderoga they've already started construction for next gen sets, and that's coming along pretty good. So they keep
Ooh.
expanding, and I'm hoping to get up there next year or the year after next, and they'll even have the shuttlecraft on display hopefully by then. So
Okay.
the original craft Galileo, I'm hoping
Yes.
they'll have it. I know they've been refurbishing and fixing it up, and I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with it. If they're going to put it like in a recreated hangar deck, where you'll be able to look around, and if they're going to work on the interior. But yeah, as you recall, the original shuttlecraft Galileo was down in Texas, and then
That's what I was going to ask. I thought that Space Center Houston had it.
yes, it did, but then they got tired of showing it, so they put it into cold storage. They put it into cold storage, and it sat there for a number of years, and then
Oh,
yeah, and then Ticonderoga picked it up. Like year last year or the year before that, they
oh,
picked it
very
up.
nice.
Yeah, and they haven't put it on display yet. I have my sensors on. When they do finally put it on the display, that I'll go up there, and then I can see the original series sets. I can see the shuttlecraft Galileo, and then I can see the next generation sets. So you get three for your buck. It's
Okay.
definitely worth your. Yep. Yeah, definitely worth your while. And when Ticonderoga has those, they have their festivals, and that's probably the best time in the summertime to go, because then you can join in the festival, and then you can see the original series set, and hopefully the shuttlecraft set, and then the next generation set. So that's like a big shindig. That'll probably be the best time, where they bring in a lot of celebrities, and there's a party going on, and the
Huh.
sets to see, photographs to do, and just meeting with fellow fans and finding out what's going on. So that's a big power thing. But I think the only drawback, it's in the middle of nowhere. Just finding lodging so you can stay someplace close by, so you can enjoy the activities.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yes.
that's my goal, I think, for 2025, is to visit these fan film sets. Like, I want to see Randy Lander's fan film set. I would like to go up and see Frank Parker's Fabulous Bridge, and then Colin Wolf's sets, in Arkansas. I mean,
Okay.
fabulous sets. I mean, my gosh. But that is my
I'm not familiar with all
2025.
those.
Visit
Wow.
these fantastic. Oh yeah, but it's just a matter of relationships, and finding the time to go up and see these. But why fans have them, and then what? Oh, Gary Davis, he has a little mini one. He has a little in his basement garage. He has a shuttlecraft. I think there's only two fans I know that have shuttlecraft, and that's Gary Davis with a runabout. I think he took it apart though, but he could put it together if he wanted to. So that's kind of cool. And then you got what is it? Randy Landers, Patunkin Pictures. They have a
Okay.
small mini shuttlecraft too. Yeah, I'm building one myself, but it's a matter of storing it, right? And when you're not using it, that sort of thing. But they're fun, to see.
Um, have you ever
Yeah,
been out this
yep,
way
that's
and met any other members?
not, yeah,
Well,
not
out
yet.
to Nashville.
Yeah, one of these days. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think you'll ever be able to join us at Starbase Indy in Indianapolis at Thanksgiving for the big uh Starfleet Command meeting there?
No, unfortunately not. Maybe one of these days. Yeah, this will
Okay.
be pretty. What date on that?
It's always Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh,
So,
that'll be hard. Yeah, because
yeah.
family reunion be hard to to break away.
Okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving for me because the family shows up, So,
Oh, I understand.
well, yep, yep,
So,
yep. The family up and comes out of the woodwork, and you know how that works out. So, yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. So are you planning on going?
yeah, I
Oh,
went
good,
last
good,
year. I'll
good.
go this year. I'm actually in Ohio, so it's only a couple hours from where I live.
Oh, that's not
Unlike
too bad.
in Nashville, where it's a 5 or 6 hour drive.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well, then that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I got the. Wait, did you say Indiana?
Indianapolis.
Oh, Indianapolis. Yeah, yeah, Indianapolis. Very good. I think a friend there, Dave Arlen. Yeah,
Okay.
Indianapolis. Yeah, Indianapolis. Very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Star Trek continues. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
Star Trek. Yep, 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 yep. So yeah.
Are there any conventions that you still regularly attend now?
Right now it's my I used to attend Dragon Con quite regularly, but then it's been a little bit harder. But the last one I attended is Monsterama, and probably
Okay.
some of the smaller cons, the ones that aren't giant like Dragon Con,
Okay. All right. I just moved back here a few months ago and missed the creation convention they had in Murfreesboro, which is outside of Nashville. They did a Nash Trek or whatever it was called, but several of our members attended that. Looked fun.
Yeah,
So,
I've attended creation in the past. Yeah, the creation ones. Yeah, I've attended some of those, and some of the ones in Denver, Colorado. They always had some pretty good ones. Yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
went to some in Dayton when I was a teenager. Remember
Huh.
seeing I remember seeing Garrett Wong was no, actually Nan Visitor was my first one.
Oh yeah, yeah. See.
And then William Shatner did one, though he only came in uh he was in nearby in Kentucky. So he came in long
Oh,
enough.
okay.
They drove him up to the back door of the stage, which was a roll-up door. So when it was time for him to come
Right.
out, they rolled that door up and he came in and he did his bit for a little less than an hour. And when it was time for him to go, no autographs. They rolled that door back up and out he went. So
Wow. Oh, you went
that's what I
autographs then?
yeah, they used to pay the actors that they had to do autographs so that we as the fans didn't have to. Uh, so that was, yep, but they
Hmm.
couldn't get him to stick around for it. And then the other one
Ah,
I
yeah.
saw, as I mentioned, was Garrett Wong. So, and then after that,
Oh,
creation stopped coming to Dayton, Ohio, where I was living
oh,
then.
no kid. I guess it wasn't profitable for them, huh? But it's yeah.
I suppose not. Uh, I went to another one though that was at the Dayton Convention Center, and Walter Koenig and Majel Barrett was there.
Yeah, I met him.
She was promoting a new show that Gene had written, uh, Assignment Earth or something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That
Yep.
then some network had picked it up and was doing it. So
Wow.
I still have my autographed picture of hers. Peace and love, she wrote or writes to people. So anyway,
Uh,
went to this. Yeah, this is about you. It's not about me. But anyway,
oh, sounds like
you've
cover.
we can't
That's
see
great.
you anymore. I think you backed up too far.
Oh, yes. Oh, here we go. Yep. I'm glad you mentioned. I think there's like a like 12 inches. Have to be 12 inches to the camera. Yeah. Or else
Okay.
I disappear. Okay.
Yeah, all we can see is your
Yes, yeah.
your digital background when you back up
Yep.
too far. Can you tell me anything about your digital background? If there's some meaning to that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess I hadn't had any time to change it, but yeah, we're working on our latest fan film. So that's a poster for Bomber Girl. It's a Star Trek fan film, and it's coming
Huh.
out on Veterans Day. Yeah, so
Okay.
we're excited. So we're working on it. We want to get it finished and released on time. That's our goal. So
Wow.
we still
All
got
right.
so outside. We got I'm not the only one working on it. I got other fans that are working on it too. So I'm waiting for their input. I like the clearinghouse right now.
Thank you, Joe, for appearing on Parthenon Particles. It was a pleasure having you, and I look forward to meeting you one day. Thank you also to our commanding officers, Captain and Commander Peck, for your support and creative input. A special thanks to Ryan for creating most of the graphics for our show. Finally, I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for watching our program and being a part of Starfleet Command's flagship. Again, my name is Joseph Fugate, and I'll see you in a future AthenaVision.